gone crazy. The way you save me, who can blame me when I just wanna make you smile? I wanna do you like Michael. I wanna kiss you like Prince. Let's get it on like Bobby, yeah, like that.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Tyler.
You're over my head.
I'm just listening to this song. I just got finished watching Tough Enough, episode 5. I just want to listen to this.
Baby, you're so plastic.
Yeah, you're so plastic. That explained it. I mean, okay, let me stop. All right. If you guys ever heard that song, it's called Classic by MKTO. It's called Classic. He was saying classic, but I was saying plastic because that sums up GG or Georgia from Tough Enough in this episode. So once again, let me do Maria introduction. Hey, what's up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome to another review. I'm sorry if I haven't been doing videos lately, wrestling or reviews lately. I just took a break and now I'm back. So you'll be seeing some more reviews from me. I feel like this is on the wrong side. Sorry. Okay, I just got off this episode Tough Enough. It was a somewhat good episode, but even better, I just actually for the first time I watched Tough Talk, and that was really good. So but without further ado, let's get into this episode. We I hope that fan isn't too loud and you guys can hear it. If it is, I apologize if you guys can hear the fan. But this episode was very good. We started off with I actually missed the last episode of Tough Enough, so I missed where this new girl came in named Chelsea. Apparently, new girl named Chelsea came in. I think she's from British Columbia, and that's in Canada. And yay, Canada! Woo! This is shirt injured. College Canada. I plan on going to. Yeah. So she's from Canada. I was like, yay, you're from Canada. Woo! Let's go! Yeah! Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Renee Young. So she joined. I was like, okay, I don't know who she is. I don't know what to think of her. Saw some of her true colors in this episode, and she didn't really come up being welcome. So we had our first challenge. It was the obstacle course. So everyone in the challenge, everyone had to run it. ZZ was actually running behind slowly. I heard from what I saw, what I heard, Sarah Lee's getting better, and I'm actually very happy about that because Sarah Lee, I remember when I first saw her, she was always in the background. No one cared about her. Now she's shining, and she's probably going to end up winning. I can see now. Sarah Lee's probably going to end up winning the Divas one. So I'd say I'm pretty much rooting for Sarah Lee at this point, but hopefully she can pick up her game. It was mostly ZZ, falling behind as usual, and most of the challenges you easily see everyone going ZZ all the way back there, trying to catch up everybody. But on the other end, you had, I think the last part of the obstacle course was everyone had to climb a rope. They had to climb a rope, and I know I saw everyone was getting like burns on her hand to try and climb it. I think the first person to climb the rope was Tanner, and he was pretty much showing off as usual. Not really showing off. He was being cocky, but he was being cocky towards Patrick. And I was like, I mean, I like Patrick. I think Patrick is awesome. I think Patrick should win this. But Patrick does kind of have an ego, and he does get very cocky at times. But he's not as cocky as Tanner, in my opinion. And Tanner was just rubbing it in his face. I was like, come on, Patrick. Come on. I was actually rooting for Patrick. I was like, come on, Patrick. You can do this. Come on, Patrick. Pick up the pace. I think Patrick ended up being second or third. I'm not entirely sure. I don't exactly remember. I just know ZZ was last. ZZ was like freaking. I think he was like always behind people when everyone else was at the last part. ZZ was like at the halfway point. I was like, really, ZZ, really? And then I know I keep on saying and then and but I gotta stop doing this. But I don't know what we were doing. Then we got I can't do without saying that. So then it was Chelsea was there. She's climbing the ropes, and Chelsea ended up being the first. Was she the first girl? Or was she the last girl? No, Gigi was the first girl. I think Gigi was the first. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. I think Gigi was the first girl to make it, and it was between Chelsea and Amanda because they were the last two. It was Chelsea and Amanda. Sarah made it, and everyone else made it. Between Chelsea and Amanda, and freaking freaking Chelsea fell down the. She touched the top, but she slipped down the rope, and I think she messed up her ankle. And I was like, "Oh, come on, Chelsea, why you gotta do that to yourself?" And she came down her ankle all wrong. They show clips of it after the challenge. Her like foot was bloated, like it was big. It was the size of a freaking cantaloupe. That she said was the size of a watermelon. It wasn't that big, but it was freaking big. She landed on for all, twisted her ankle, sprained her ankle. Went to a commercial break, got back. She was at the doctor's or whatever. They were saying that she didn't break her foot, and she's like, yay, yay. But they were saying that she sprained her ankle and that she was going to be out for about 2-3 weeks to a month. And it was like, and there's only 5 weeks left in the competition, 5 episodes left. So she can't really risk to be out for 4 competitions and expect to be the winner. Like, nah, it can't happen. So she's all depressed about it. She's like, "Oh my god, now people are gonna vote me off because I can't compete." Yeah, that happened. Then we got to Then we got to I want to call it second so badly, but it was we got to the segment where I believe Patrick was scolding. He was scolding Z. Let me turn the TV off because I keep on looking at it. We got to a part where Patrick was scolding Z for being last, talking about you. I'm trying to remember. I know he was getting mad at him for being last, saying you got to pick up the pace, man. You keep on being last. I don't. And then he was getting mad. He's like, I don't understand why you're still. He's like, I don't understand why you're still here. It's only because you have personality of this and that, but you don't have this. You don't have that. I don't understand why you should be here. And he said, I would. It'll be kicking my face if you like pretty much outrun me. Like if ZZ makes it further than him. And that's actually ironic, and it's gonna come back to bite him later on in this review. He said that ZZ was like, okay, man, calm down, as usual. Calm down, let it all out. He's like, I'm not trying to let it out. You did this, that, the third. You should be here. Da da da. And I was like, okay, Patrick, calm down. Patrick kind of came out as like a whole a-hole to everybody, and kind of cut there. We got to another segment where I know Chelsea, she was telling Sarah Lee about her injury, saying that she might be out for a month. I mean, she might not be able to compete for like 2-3 weeks. No, the doctor said she had sprained for 2-3 weeks. She might be out for a month or so. And she was like, oh, that's so sad. She went behind her back and told Gigi, who she was like, oh, that's sad. Yeah, okay. Game challenge. Everyone's ready to compete. Either Booker or Billy. He was saying something, and here comes Gigi. Well, what did she say? She said something. Well, Chelsea can't compete because she sprained her ankle. She has to be out for 2-3 weeks for probably a month, so she probably can't compete in this show. I was like, couldn't keep your mouth shut, could you? I knew as soon as Sarah told her that she was going to blurt it out. I knew it. I caught it. I was like, why do you trust people? You can't trust people nowadays. Two-faced. That's why I had this song playing classic. I said plastic. Baby, you're so plastic. Because she's plastic. She's fake. I think Gigi is fake. I mean, she might make it far. She might even make it to the final 2 of the women's, part. But she's not going to win it. I don't think she will. So she ratted out Chelsea, and Sarah Lee was ready to punch her in the face, but she didn't. She held her cool. Why? Because she's sweet little Sarah Lee. So Billy asked her if Chelsea was going to compete or not, and Chelsea was like, well, they said I gotta be out for this long, and he's like, I didn't ask you what they said. I'm asking you if you're competing or not. He's like, do you really want this? And she's like, no, I'm gonna sit out. And I was like, but that already? But okay, just sit out. So we got to the challenge. It was basically mixed up doing shoulder block, scoop slam, and doing something else. But I kind of forgot what the second part was. It was a shoulder block, something else, and then you got to do the scoop slam first. And Mata came out on top of this challenge. And I must say, in episode 1, you guys heard me. I said that Mata was going to be the one who's going to win. Then episode 2, I said I don't believe in Mata because he lost his challenge. He's think he should have stuck with Mata in the end. At the probably should have stuck with him because now he's starting to pick up his pace, and now he's starting to outshine people. And I think Mata probably has potential to win this if ZZ doesn't last long enough. Let's be honest, ZZ's going to win this, guys. He's going to win this. It's obvious. It's the writing on the wall. ZZ is going to win this, unless somehow Tanner comes out of nowhere and beats ZZ. Because I see the final 2 right now is going to be ZZ and Tanner. Unless Tanner comes out of nowhere and gets some kind of hope and the people love him for some reason, ZZ's going to win. It's just how the story goes. Mata won that competition for the men, and then Gigi won the competition for the women, and went backstage to a segment. Not backstage. I'm acting like this is Raw. Went to a segment where Sarah Lee was yelling at Gigi for writing out Chelsea. And they were mad at Sarah for even like telling her. I'm like, okay, you can be mad at Sarah for telling you, but can you really be mad at you for you pretty much I messed that up. You can be mad at Sarah for telling you in the first place, but can you really be can she really be mad at you because you write her out? So who's in the wrong? Sarah for telling you in the first place, or Gigi for pretty much writing her out? They're both in the wrong, but I say Gigi's more wrong because she was trusted not to tell anyone, and as soon as they asked, she was like, Chelsea, she sprained her ankle, she can't be at a competition. Like, okay. She had to say that. At least not at that point in time. She could have waited, but she said it as soon as they said something. She was right on it. Like, she literally, I think she planned out that she was going to say that. Ask me, I think she planned that out. So Gigi won that. Sarah snapped. She was cursing. She's like, "Shut the fuck up! You're two-faced. You're fake. You're plastic." Amanda jumped in, being side chick, side hoe. Yeah, being side chick to Gigi, defending her. And first of all, I'm like, you have no. And Sarah was right. It's like, I'm talking to Gigi, not you. You have no part of this. You should not be playing side chick, which she was playing side chick. She could say she wasn't all she was, but she was playing side chick. She was. But I mean, in a way, you could say that Mata and Josh, they play side chick to each other whenever they're getting laid into by someone. Most of the time it's Patrick or Tanner. Whenever getting laid into, they always play side chick to each other, second fiddle. So can't be mad at them for that. Rest of the episode was kind of forgettable. Got to elimination. It was down to the bottom. They were choosing the bottom 3. I believe, if I can remember this correctly, Daniel chose ZZ, which I wasn't surprised there because ZZ's gonna be in the bottom 3 almost every freaking week, and he's not going to get voted off. So they just stopped putting ZZ in the final 3 altogether. Hulk put Patrick in the final 3, and I was shocked there because I didn't think Patrick deserved it. And this all going to play in a tough talk why he was put in there, and I think it's the stupidest reason why he was put in there. And then Josh was put in by Paige. Yeah, I could see why Josh was put in there. But yeah, the final 3 was Josh, ZZ, and Patrick. And at that point, I was like, Josh is going home. There's no way the crowd is going to vote off Patrick, and there's definitely no way to vote off ZZ. Came time for elimination. Freaking Patrick went home. I was just like, what? I was like, What? How did Patrick even? I don't understand. I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding this. Like really, Patrick, probably the most experienced there. Yes, he's cocky. Tanner's cocky, more cocky than him, but Tanner isn't in the final three. Why isn't Tanner in the final three? Please answer me that. Why isn't Tanner in the final three right now? He's more cocky. He was more cocky than Patrick was. But Tanner seems to be a little bit kind of like drifting into the background lately because Patrick was starting to outshine everyone, you know, winning all those challenges back to back to back. Caught up with him once he lost, and then he was being very cocky. He pretty much being cocky caught up with him because he was cocky when he won, but then once he lost, it was just like, that came around. It came around that Patrick was eliminated. I was mad. I was like, I don't even get why he got eliminated. Josh should be the one going home, not him. So they explained why he went home on Tough Talk, saying that he was being arrogant, and I want to actually play back what the Miz said because I actually really like what the Miz said. If I can find it, I hope I can. Basically, the Miz was actually defending. He was defending Patrick, saying that he shouldn't have went home, and I totally agree with him. I totally agree with the Miz. Patrick shouldn't have went home. He was basically saying that Hulk Hogan was. They were sending him home because he was arrogant and he was cocky. But so was Tanner. So was Miz. So was everyone else in the backstage. But no one I don't understand why he went home. And I was like, basically what the Miz was saying, I wanted to say. But the Miz said it better than me. So if I take too long, I'll put a time in the link in this, and I'll put a time in this video. But I try not to take too long fighting this because this was actually, I like what the Miz said here. He defended Patrick, and I'll have to play it back. I'll probably unplug my earphones so you guys can hear it. July 1st. Hopefully this takes long to pull up. Sorry about this. WWE never does that commercials, right? I'm on a trial right now. I hope they don't have commercials. That would kind of suck. Okay, got to page D and oh, B's not. Here it is. Okay, I found it.
What I don't understand is why did you put Patrick in the bottom just for one comment? I mean, he's been pretty dominant in the entire time. So we put him in a promo contest last week on Tough Talk. He dominated that. Everything that he's been asked to do in the ring, he succeeded at.
Yeah,
and you guys threw him in, and now he's out.
But we're looking for the best of the best. And there's
Was he not proving himself to be the best of the best, though?
He is. But we
just because he's cocky and arrogant. I'm cocky and arrogant. Should I be out of the WWE too?
You should have been gone ages ago.
Well, I'm still here, 10 years, and I've main evented WrestleMania, might I add.
Oh.
What I was trying to say, brother, is he's learning and he's accountable. And the simple fact that he understands exactly where he's at, where he is. This wasn't a setback. You know, this was a setup for greatness, and he knows that. That's I respect that. He understands how this whole universe works.
And
for him to step up here and say, I'm not quitting, I actually believe next time I see him, he'll be in a WWE ring kicking your ass, Miz.
Yeah. Could the subject matter?
I hope, but the fact is he won't be. He's out of $250 million, and he's out of a WWE contract.
No, but the subject matter was the humility, and he did not show any of that this week, Miz.
This week, but it's not all about just this week. It's about the entire show. It's the entirety to see who does well and who doesn't.
But you're not
to me, I think Patrick has been the top dog this entire time.
The audience didn't want him here, Miz. Not
this audience, as soon as someone called him out, went,
yeah,
I can't
and guess
believe
what? He
this.
got the lowest percent of the vote. It's a global television audience, and none of them wanted him here. That's not our fault. That's his fault.
You didn't have to put him in the bottom three, or one of you could have saved him.
Hey, he needs to have a shock, and guess what? This is the biggest shock he's going to have, and he's going to learn from it, and this is a life lesson to him.
What?
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. You guys heard it, what they were saying. I totally agree with the Miz. But then again, Paige did have a point. They put him in the bottom 3. They are wrong there. But you guys, the audience, voted Patrick out. So it was really Patrick's fault that he was voted out because you guys didn't want him to stay there. So I kind of agree with Paige there. But the Miz was totally right. He shouldn't have went home. And the reason that he went home is because you guys put him in the bottom 3. You guys basically set him up for elimination. And now you're saying, oh, well, I see a bright future for this guy. He could beat you, Miz. He could be made for the Samela. You guys put him in the bottom 3. You guys practically set him up there. You did. I mean, Paige is right, but so was the Miz. At the end of the day, I don't think Patrick should have went home. I don't think he should have. Probably gonna do another video after this. Well, thank you guys all for watching. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, peace out.